What's up, you guys? Slim here, Team Symmetry, here to bring you guys 3 of the top 8 finishing Mermail Atlantean deck profiles. These 3 profiles were contenders at my last regionals, which was on November 10th. This is the first one I'm going to show you guys. There are 3 of them. Unfortunately, I could not open multiple windows. For some reason, DN will not let me do that. So I do have them down here. This is the first one, this is the second one, and this is the third one. As you guys can see, for the main one, which I have as my default, it's the only one that I have the side and extra deck. The reason is that a lot of the cards that they decided to have in the extra deck were similar. The side deck really didn't matter to me because a lot of people are going to side differently depending on the meta and how they feel the current meta is wherever they're at. So we're just going to get into these profiles real quick. Congratulations to these 3 players. Unfortunately, I could not really make out their names based on the list I was sent to. I know one of them was Alex Hin. Another one, I believe, was Mario Ramos. And the last one, I believe, if I could read the name correctly, was Trevon Wright. I want to say those were the names. If I'm wrong, I apologize. We're going to get into the first one. This is Alex's deck right here. As you guys can see, Mermail Atlanteans kind of all run the same. They run heavy monsters, the optimal spells, and then just the optimal traps. So we'll just get into Alex's list real quick. We got 2 Gen X controllers. These combo nicely with the Undines. For the Atlanteans, we have the 3 Dragoons. Dragoon is your searcher whenever it goes to the graveyard. So you combo it with Undine and you get a +2 because you get to use Dragoons to search out an Atlantean. You get to search out a Sea Serpent, and you get to use controller and get controller to your hand. We have 2 Infantry. Infantry is the one that when it's sent, you target a face-up card and pop it. It's a really good combination. Same with here, Marksman. He decided to only run 2. The other 2 decks run 3. Marksman is able to pop face downs whenever it's sent, so this card's really good. You have your 3 Deep Sea Divas. Diva is amazing because it searches out whatever you need. You can also use Undine and Dragoons to search out Diva, so that opens up combos. 2 Max C. I'm assuming this is to draw into what you need and to stop decks that special summon a lot. 2 Abyss Lin. Most decks actually run 3. I've seen 3 in other ones. People who know this card is the one when it's sent to the graveyard. You special summon a Mermail from your deck, except itself, and you can use the effect once per turn. So you combo this with Abyss Sphere, because Abyss Sphere, seeing it's destroyed during the opponent's next end phase, you're able to use it really nicely. You use it during your opponent's turn or whatever, and it combos really nicely with Lin. You got 2 Abyss Megalo. This card's really good. You can ditch 2 water monsters to special summon it. So you could ditch a Marksman and pop a face down and pitch an Infantry and pop a face up. So that's really interesting. I like combos like that. And then you have the 2 Abyss Spike. This is the one that when it's special, normal or special, you can discard a water monster and add a level 3 water monster from your deck to your hand. I think that's really cool. It works really well with all of these. It works really well with Dragoon. You can get another +2. And it's not bad at 1600. It's good at baiting out cards. As long as its summon goes through, you're good. And then one of the deadly Mulling Glacia, the Elemental Lord. This is the one that when you have 5 waters in your grave, you basically do Delinquent Duo. You're able to pop 2 cards in your opponent's hand. So that's pretty damn cool. So that's it for the monster lineup. Onto the spells. They're just staples. Dark Hole, Heavy. He decided to run Mind Control. I think that was a really good call. If you guys count, you have 2 Gen X Controller and 3 Divas. Those are all tuners. Plus, you have so many different levels that you can really just use Mind Control to your advantage. Reborn, 1 MST, which was interesting. 1 Pot of Avarice and 2 Salvage. Salvage is broken in the deck. You just get your water monsters back into your combos again. The traps, the staples are Abyss Sphere. I've already talked about this card. This card's amazing. For those who don't know, there's its effect. You special summon a Mermail. Its effects are negated. You cannot activate any spell cards. When this card leaves the field, destroy the monster. Destroy this card during your opponent's next end phase. It's basically, like I said, you combo it with Lind. Really good combos. Mirror Force, he decided to run 2 Mirror Force, which is really good. I really like Mirror Force. Really punishes bad players. He actually still fit in the Solemn Brigade, which was interesting. The other 2 decks did not. And his tech card was Spiritual Water Art AO. So you tribute a water monster, look at your opponent's hand, and send 1 card from the hand to the graveyard. That's really interesting because you could combo this with Lin, Actually, let me see here. This is a tribute. Never mind. You couldn't do it with Lynn, but you could do it with any of the other ones to get them to the grave. And you could look at your opponent's hand, and you could kind of rip apart their hands, kind of like a trap death shoot. So that was the first deck list. The side deck isn't really that important. It's really generic stuff that wasn't in the main deck. Extra deck, as you guys can see, is a lot of synchros. I don't really need to go through these. The ones that are important are Delorean and Gungnir. You can figure out how they work in the deck. You can return any number of face-up cards you control to your opponent's hand. For each card returned to the owner's hand by the effect, this card gains 500, so this card's really good with water. Gungnir is really good. It's broken with Marksman and Infantry. You can make Mistworm, Orient Dragon, Scrap. You can make Gashilodon. You can actually make Gashilodon in the deck. And Stardust, of course. And then your basic exceeds are the level 2s, Daigusto, Phoenix, and Gachi for defense and offense. Maestroke, Leviathan, and Zenmain. So that's really basic. So that's the first one. On to the second one. The only thing I'm going to talk about are the changes. He decided to run 3 Marksmen. I really like Marksmen, being able to pop face downs. It's really beneficial, especially this format where people are setting a lot. 2 Trigodias for hand traps as well as Agors. These really punish the opponent when they attack. Your hand is usually really big because you get a lot of plus off this deck, so that's why Trigodia is really good. And Effect Veiler is in there to stop plays that could really hurt you otherwise. He's also running a 3rd Abyss Sphere, which is interesting, along with 2 Torrential instead of Mirror Force. Torrential is really good because it can combo nicely with Lind and other cards, so I like that. He's also running the Allure. The reason he's running Allure is because of the Gen X controllers. Sometimes this card just sucks to have in your hand, so it's good to have an out. And you do have 2 Trigodia and Agors to combo with the Lure, so works really well. And for the last of the Mermail decks that top 8'd, the only changes I see, he is running Maxis as well, but he is also still running Trigodia. He decided to fit in. This is the tech card I want to talk about, Ultimate Offering. This works really well in the deck. You can actually just go off so much with this, seeing as though Infantry allows you another additional normal summon. You can really combo this with Ultimate Offering and really just like OTK your opponent. So this was a really interesting tech call. And the rest is really basic, you guys. But my thoughts on Atlanteans are that the deck, at first, I was not impressed. At first, I didn't understand what all the hype was behind the deck until I really started to play against it. One of my teammates built the deck, and I really understand why this deck is so good. You plus so much off Gen X Undyne and a lot of these cards that your opponent's overwhelmed. Your hand advantage, your field advantage is always superior to theirs. And then if you drop this, if you drop Mulling Glacia, this card basically just ends the game. Being able to take 2 cards from your opponent's hand is so broken. I feel that that's why the deck did so well. My final thoughts on this deck are that it is going to be a big contender in the upcoming YCS Seattle as well as the rest of the format. People say that this deck is broken, like beyond broken. A lot of pro players are saying that this is true and not true at the same time. They're saying that this deck can get really bad hands just like any other deck, and this deck can suffer to cards like Macrocosmos and Dimensional Fissure. So that's why I feel that this deck, as good as it is not what I would consider tier 0. People were saying this was going to be tier 0. It clearly is not. We'll see how it pans out at YCS Seattle, which is going on this weekend in Tacoma. I hope that the deck continues to do well for the format. I actually do like the deck. At first, I was not a fan, but it took my teammate and it took several games against it to really understand what the deck was all about, and I myself actually did play it for the first time today. I had to be coached because I absolutely had no idea what I was doing, but I really do see the brokenness that this deck can do and all the pluses you can get. So comment below with your thoughts. I've shown you guys the 3 decks. I'm sorry it couldn't be in a better fashion, but this is how I could present it to you. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys like the deck? Do you not like the deck? Do you think the deck is all hype? Do you think that they topped because people didn't know how to play against it? Do you think that it's going to continue to do well in the format? Just leave your thoughts below. I'd really appreciate it. You know, thumbs up this video. This is the last of the profiles I'll be able to do now. I will have my computer at Seattle. I'm leaving tomorrow with my team, so we will be there tomorrow, and I will continue to upload videos as well as do a vlog for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. 150, 200 plus likes would be great. I need all your thoughts on Atlanteans and Mermails. Do you think the deck is worth picking up? Do you think I should play the deck? Do you think I should profile the deck my own way for you guys? I do have the ability to build the deck if I chose to. But let me know what your thoughts below, and I will definitely consider it in my next video. So let me know what you guys think, and thank you for watching.